All right, day 156. So, uh, it's Saturday. My 3-year-old daughter's at her first birthday party right now, and me and my wife are all emotional, like dropping her off, and she's gonna go pick her up right now. Weird times, weird times, but should be a fun day for everybody. We got a babysitter. We're gonna go away for the night, and it's gonna be fun. So I have to go work out. I haven't done that yet. But overall, feeling pretty good. I'm getting a lot of things done. I'm learning. I think I'm starting to understand and get into some rhythms, which is good. I'm still eating like crap. I think I've lost focus on the point of eating well, and it's not back yet. I'm not gonna get all mad about it, but it's not back yet. So that's one thing. But I have started something a little different, and I recognize the fact that I can't have 5 million shapes in PowerPoint. Like it's kind of, I'm about to crash my computer actually having this many shapes all on one slide. So I do think I'm gonna have to rethink this a little bit, how I set this up and how I structure it, and it's all good. I think more than ever, I've realized that whenever I find somebody that I really like and respect, and that's taken me a long, long time to find. I'll say that. It's funny, right? Like I think at this point in my life, or I shouldn't say that. I think at this week of my life, I think for the first 32 years of my life, I had a real big problem finding mentors and finding people I wanted to be like. I'm sure I have like some terrible, authority figure self issues where I don't want to trust anybody. I'm sure I get that from my dad. And I think I also, the internet's a weird place where you're kind of always looking for the thing that's wrong with everybody. When they're up on a pedestal, you want to knock them down. So it's always been easy to find things to knock people down about, and therefore have trouble finding people that you really like and respect that are actually good people, because you kind of think that they're all evil somehow. And a lot of times they are, some of them. I mean, I think it's a subset of people that want to be famous or want to be noticed for something, for some attribute, some sports or intelligence or business, or like it's you really have to try to raise your hand and say, look at me. And politics, everything. Like I feel like anytime anytime we know somebody's name, it's on purpose. I would argue that they specifically decided that was their path in life, was to be noticed and raise their hand. And I think that's where a lot of people are sociopaths or evil, or there's a lot of that happens because those are the only people that want to do that like think that's a good idea. Most people don't want to be famous and don't want to be noticed. Like they might dream about it, but they really don't. They don't really take active steps to do so. They don't really take any real actions towards that. I mean, they might for a couple days or something, but like, anyways, all I'm trying to say is it's a certain kind of person that really raises their hand and becomes popular. And then within that group, these are already the crazies, right? These are already the people who couldn't sit still and wanted attention or needed to be so great at something that they got the attention. And within that group, how many are good people? And from there, I would say like less than 1% of people want to be popular. deep down and are willing to sacrifice and make it part of their life's mission. And I would say probably within that group of people that are popular, 1% of those people are people that are actually good people deep down, that aren't sociopaths or attention crazy people, and truly like are famous for good reasons, and in their most private moments are still good people deep down and still doing good and not hurting people with their power. I think that's the thing about power, is you just kind of, you lose control of it. You lose control of what's important, and it's whatever. So anyways, it's been really hard for me to find good mentors and leaders, because I think most people I ever looked at for help ended up being pretty evil, and it kind of makes you salty, makes you not trust anybody. But I finally found one, and that's what kicked off my journey. I found one, and my one won't be your one. Everyone's a little different. My point is, if you want to find an unlimited amount of mentors, okay, find one person. And you might pick the wrong person a few times. Don't give up. Just keep trying. That these people exist. I went from 30 years of my life not knowing one and not really believing there is anybody out there, to now I think I could probably name like 20. And that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. And the trick is, how do you do this? Find the one, whatever the one is. I mean, really, really study them and make sure that they are the right person to start with. And like I said, you're going to strike out a lot. For me, it was Michael Seibel. And he's just so forthcoming and honest in himself. And that kind of opened my eyes to these people exist. These are real humans with real problems. And they're choosing to be their themselves, their unique self, and choosing to help people in a very public and on purpose way. And that really opened my eyes that maybe there are people like this, And so how I found 20 mentors is, anytime I was watching a Michael Seibel book or video or whatever, blog, whenever he recommended somebody to listen to or read, I said, yes, that's the person. I'll try them. If I trust you and you trust them, transitive property, I'm trusting them. Let's just try it. And so far, I'd say 90% of the time, that is a great recommendation for me. And I buy their book and I read it and I love it. So it's gotten me more gutsy with it. And now I'm taking the second person's recommendation, the third person's recommendation. And I'm kind of following that train down of recommendations. And so far, it's been a great idea. So in the last 4 months, I went from having no mentors to having almost unlimited mentors, because they seem to always be recommending a new person. And that person ends up being pretty good or great, and I never knew it. And so that's been the interesting thing about all this, is it's trusting people. It's taken me so long to just trust that there are good people on earth, and it's not that I thought everyone's evil. I just thought that I thought it was binary. I thought it was yes or no. I thought you could either be famous and powerful or a good person. I didn't think you could be both, because I don't see why anybody would want to be famous and powerful. I don't relate to those people. I don't understand them, so it didn't make sense to me that they didn't have ulterior motives, and a lot of them do. That's the kind of the point I'm making. But I think some of the time they do, but in a positive way. They do to they just made it their mission to help people, and I think that's kind of my goal too. And so, the more books I read, I've just kind of decided to take them more literally and more seriously. And one of the books I read, they said it's so hard to get people to change and try new things that if a book or person ever gets you to try something, do double whatever they ask for. Because first of all, odds are you're going to cheat and not do it all the way. And second of all, if you can have the wisdom to realize how hard it is for you to accept somebody else's opinion or idea and actually try the thing that they want you to try, whatever it is, which is really hard. I think most people can't comprehend how hard it is, how skeptical they are to try something new. That it's really hard. It's a really big problem, actually. And I think I really like the idea that if somebody can open my eyes enough that I would buy their book, I should probably read it twice, and I should probably do it twice as much as they ask me to. And the ironic thing is, I was in a conference call at work yesterday. Or I was in two separate conference calls, okay? And the first one, they at my work, every meeting we start with a reflection, which is, I found it very odd when I started there, but now I really love it. And it's always some quote from some person, and the first one they did an MLK quote, and it's so funny because, it's a work day, it's Friday, everyone's wanting to go home or not be there, or, maybe they're frustrated or whatever. And they, the person reads this quote and everyone shrugs and goes, cool. Go ahead, Mike, with your presentation. And it's not that people don't care, and it's not that they don't there's nothing wrong with them. It's just grabbed my attention because the quote was really good. The quote was something that if I read it in a book, I would sit there and think about it for 20 minutes and really try to grab as much of the information as possible. I'm learning that when you find great people, they're leaving breadcrumbs about how to better yourself, better the world, create the future. It's like they're sent from the future into the past to give you that piece of information. And this might sound a little crazy, but that's fine. But I believe this. But you have to realize that information is sent from the future, and take it very, very literally, and take it very strongly. Take it like it was like your mom or dad's last dying wish that you implement this in your life, because we're so quick to not listen or not care and not take it like a real important thing. So first one's an MLK quote, and the second one was an Aristotle quote, which I thought was very interesting. And it was, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And, is there a simpler way to say this or whatever? We can talk about if it's tangible, how tangible is it, blah, blah. But I'm starting to write down my thoughts and reactions to these quotes. And I'm trying to really spend a good 10 minutes or 20 minutes, thinking through them. So I wrote this one down after the person said it in the reflection of the meeting. And I, after the meeting was over, after work was over, I kind of okay, I'll go back to that quote and think about it. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. And at first pass, you go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. We are what we repeatedly do. It's not an act, it's a habit. Great. But when I try to break this down, I go, okay, I want to be excellent. I want to be excellent at something or my thing. I've been studying a lot about habits. I can comprehend the idea that I need to build good habits in order to quote unquote be excellent. I can understand that when I repeatedly do something, if I repeatedly work out, I'll get stronger. If I repeatedly stay up too late, I'll be tired. If I repeatedly do things, that will create a habit. And Great. Thanks, Aristotle. Move on. But I really tried to go deeper with this. And I said, okay, well, what if my goal was to be excellent and have an excellent day? And my goal was to build up the habit of becoming excellent or being excellent as much as possible of as many days as possible. Or what if being excellent was something that I could purposefully do? What if I don't take this excellence as like a feeling or a finish line? I took it as, what if excellence is being 100% committed to working on something for the next hour? What if I can be excellent for an hour or 2 or 3 or 4? Like, what if I said, okay, this is kind of what Gary Keller's saying in the One Thing book too, is like, what is the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or necessary? I would argue that's probably the definition of excellence. Not in terms of, I ran faster than somebody else, blah, blah, Olympics, but like, if I have an excellent 4 hours of my life, it probably is because I spent it doing something as hard as I could, as strongly as I could, as focused as I could, as, without distraction. I tried as hard as I could for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. My goal is 4 hours. And so my goal is to say, okay, let's be excellent today. And let's not define excellence as the outcome. Let's define excellence as excellence in my effort. And so thinking that way, I am what I repeatedly do. I am excellent if I repeatedly try to work on my excellence and build a habit by doing so. I need to act. I need to then not enact. I need to be the habit. Okay? And so how I'm thinking about this is saying, okay, thanks, Aristotle. I will become excellent if I try as hard as I possibly can and do as much as I possibly can and be as focused as I possibly can, put my phone away, dedicate my time, find 4 hours of uninterrupted, full brain power time, full willpower time. This is the time of the day that is my time, success time, excellence time. Okay? And do that every day. And if I can do that, if I do that, it's an excellent day, and I'm becoming excellent, and I will be excellent, and I need to build this habit of excellence. And I need to do that for as many days as I can. And I bet after a couple 100 days, 1,000 days, 10,000 days, whatever, I don't know where the finish line is, but at least I know where the goalposts are for today. And I know if I had a good day or not. When someone asks you, do you have a good day today? We just kind of decide if we were more frustrated than how good our lunch tasted, I would argue. That's pretty much what my good day was. It's like, well, I had a good lunch. How frustrated was I? Not very frustrated. Good day. Pretty frustrated. Bad day. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to repeatedly build a habit of being excellent. And in doing so, after many days, I will be excellent. And I will be famous or powerful or whatever. And I will hopefully not become evil in the process like everyone else. So I really need to take breaks. I really need to focus the time. I really need to know when I have enough willpower or not, and specifically make time like that. I need to know that I will lose focus and lose attention, and my willpower dies slowly throughout the day. I need to rest and come back, and I need to make 4 hours of my day excellent time, success time, whatever you want to call it. I'm somewhere in between the two. But if I can do that and be 100% focused, 100% in. I've had a really hard time my whole life being 100% in on anything and being serious, like I'm intelligent enough that I can get by doing a lot of things without ever really being 100% in. And and I think there's a lot of people like this, that it's not a me thing. That I think it's hard to be 100% in when you can get by, because your body doesn't want to. It wants to be lazy. Your brain doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to try. And my goal is for 4 hours a day, really try. Really, really try. If I'm learning something, if I'm watching a video, if I'm building something, is to be 100%. No checking my phone, no getting a snack, no doing nothing. Just in. Excellence. And after that 4 hours, I'm going to go have a snack, relax, whatever. Take it. That. My day is done if I can do my excellence time. And I truly believe, based off my mentors, because every one of them have said this, find some time, be excellent in that time, and that's all the time you need. And that's going to be my new goal. How can I find 4 hours interrupted? It's a good day if I can. It's a bad day if I can't. Because those are the days that I grow. And the days that I grow are the days I become excellent. The days I am excellent, and the days I will be excellent in the future as a result of those days. So I don't think this was very well explained. But I guess I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling interested. I'm feeling excited that I feel like I'm unlocking the keys and secrets, whatever you want to call them, the stupid like things that like make somebody great and someone excellent and other people not. I truly believe that excellence is a habit, and I need to create the habit of being excellent, and then I will be. I think it's self-fulfilling. So I think that's all the time I have today, but I'm starting to write down my thoughts and my reflections, and maybe I'll put these all into a book or something in the future, but I think it's more about getting them out of my brain, and I need to be my own best favorite cheerleader. I need to get excited. I just, more than anything, the last 6 months have just been so excited that I'm not bored anymore. Like I've just never had the understanding, I guess, the brains, the guts, whatever. I've never had the ability to realize that I can be great. That people that are great are not better than me. I'm the same as them when I put in my excellent time. I'm the same as all the billionaires when I put in my excellent time. They've just done more days of it in a row than I have. The more days in a row of excellent time I can string together, the more likely I'll be a billionaire. The more likely I'll be important, famous, whatever. I don't really want those things, but the more likely I'll be able to help people in a big way. The more likely. Right now, I'm still working through my why. I'm still working through how to best do all of that. But I think right now it's invent the future. I think there is 99.9% of people on Earth living their life being fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are valid people's valid dreams, valid worries, valid problems, valid lives. I'm thinking it's a noble cause to be part of the 0.1% of people that are actively inventing the future. And by actively, I mean like literally spending their excellent time every day working on inventing the future. I've spent so many years of my life thinking the future just kind of happens that like people don't really work on it. Like Google just comes out with new stuff. Like, but there's actual real people that are sitting, thinking, going to bed, dreaming about how to make the next thing that Google puts out, how to build it, how to actually do it. And I always thought those people were smarter or better than me, and I couldn't touch them. They were part of a group that I was not allowed into, and that's just who they were and who I am, and that's fine. But they're not better than me. They are just sitting around for 4 hours, putting in excellent time every day, building something that doesn't exist yet with their excellent time. And I just need to do that. That's all. It's that simple. I just need to do that for days and weeks and months and years. And that's it. And then I'm in the select group of people that are inventing the future. That's it. So this has been this has been good. But I'm working through my one thing. I think this still has a ways to go, but it's hard. I'm struggling with it, if I'm being honest. It's hard to know what you want, and it's hard to know how to get there. And that's why we all don't do it. That's why. It's too hard. So, I gotta get going. I gotta finish cleaning the house. Our babysitter's coming over in a minute. I got a lot of stuff to work on. I gotta go work out. A lot of things I gotta do right now. But I just had to get that off my chest. That I feel like I made a really positive step forward in the last few days. And I'm getting closer to the why. I think Invent the Future is a really good why. I wish it was more personal, but we'll get there. I think I'll find it. I trust myself to find it along the way. And I'll find it, I'm getting a lot better at trusting myself. I don't know. I'm still fighting the imposter syndrome, but it's more like I'm just allowing probability to happen. That like if I don't quit and I keep learning and growing, probability is on my side, that I'll figure it out. And so I can't let my worries overtake the math. I need to let the math win. And the math is put 1,000 days of excellent time together and you'll have $1 million. That's all it takes. Put a calendar over your wall, check it off one time every day, 4 hours, excellent time, 100% in, 100% in, 100% focus, 100% focus every day, and you'll get there. And I'm gonna start stringing those days together. I think I've been dancing around that idea, but I think that's the idea I need to really, really focus on. 4 hours, excellence. I'm gonna be excellent for the next 4 hours. Period. Okay. Have a good day. Get your stuff together.